Committee. The committee put their heads together and they started their own thing.
Hey y'all, it's Izzy Harrison and you're tapping in with the committee.
What's up guys, this is Azrae Stevens and you're tapping in with the committee.
Big shout out to the committee. Y'all hold it down for us.
Shout out to the committee. Come on, rocking with the committee. The committee. We committee.
Some people ain't gonna like it, and some people will.
We live.
You make me laugh every time.
Please.
Oh, I need to change my name, Lord. Marvin Sapp gonna sue me. We back, y'all.
What's good? Glasses crooked.
Oh, y'all can't hear it. Hold on. Alexa, turn it up 4 notches.
No, turn it up 4 notches. I still can't hear it. Oh, okay.
This ain't Texas.
All right, that's it. Cause I don't need Yana to be getting no fees or whatever, and we get sued. That's all I'm.
They'll shut the whole thing down. They won't say
I'm gonna play. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all, as always, for tuning in to this week's live edition of Community Spaces, because you all are our community. So you know what, community would be a fair assessment. How's everyone feeling today on this beautiful Wednesday?
Tired.
I'm about to say I'm fried.
Good. Okay.
We alive.
We here. I might be black. I'm here. Well, this past weekend we had the majority of we had all of the Power 4 conference tournaments in Big East, as well as A10 and Sun Belt. So it was an amazing weekend of basketball, as you know. Thank you all for tuning in to Shay and I on playback. Half of us received the results that we wanted. The other half, not so much. But it was really a good time. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. And we're going to do a quick rundown of the tournaments that we were able to witness, starting with the ACC. That game we had, the trophy was going to stay in the Carolinas. Depending on the side of Tobacco Road, you had North Carolina State versus Duke. Did you all see Duke winning that?
Can I be honest?
Mm-hmm. You ain't see it.
Well, but I'm not surprised. And it's not because I think Duke is some phenomenal team. I think they do have some really good scores when they do score instead of foul trouble. But I don't think the ACC is a good conference. I think they're one of the weaker conferences this season. Do I think North Carolina State has phenomenal athletes? Absolutely. But y'all know Westmore stinks. It is what it is. I remember saying when Notre Dame lost to TCU that they go rogue, and people jumped in my comments and called me everything but a child of God. But now we see here at the end of the season that that's one of the things that's biting them in the butt, and they just are in complete disarray. So without ND being the ND that they are, because they got whatever they got going on, I am not surprised. And defense wins basketball games, and sometimes Duke defense hasn't been there, but they figured it out. So I'm not surprised at all, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think that was the general assessment of this season when it comes to the ACC. We think that probably is saying they're 3 heavy at the top. Is that a stretch? Like 3 teams maybe? One as a serious contender when they're clicking. Is that kind of fair to say?
One contender.
I think so. I think they have one contender in Notre Dame when they're playing like they were to start the season. But yeah, I watching that game, I thought the game was done, to be honest. Like I was just like, Duke's they started off really slow. Their defense was a little slow to start the game. They couldn't knock down any shots, and NC State was hitting everything. And I was like, this doesn't really look good. And then Okonwa, that baby, she turned it on. Like she was like, we not losing this game. And I love her. She did everything. Rebounding, attacking the paint. Like she just brought the dog that they needed to win that game. And NC State didn't have nobody to match her energy. And like I became a fan. Like watching that game, I've watched her before, but watching that game, I was like, I'm a fan. I like her.
Yeah, nah, she was their leading scorer, and she comes off the bench in the like it's crazy. But I don't know, that tide turn when Isaiah went down with that hip thing, and they just could never rebound after that. I don't know, but I agree with Lo. I don't know. I don't know what Notre Dame cost me money. Notre Dame, they just do the and one mixtape shit, and it just has gone so far that it's just like I don't know how you pull that back at this point. Like they need more. Like Citron kind of tethers them to reality. Her and King, the way they play. But if you doing like I think there was one play, Olivia came down, she got the KP skips and threw it to King and threw it right out the bounds, and everybody this was like, girl, like why? So yeah. But I do have a question for y'all though. Can you, and I guess this will be about Tennessee too, can you alter your coaching philosophy going this late in the season?
No.
Kind of are who you are?
Like, I mean, you might be able to get away with it for one game, but those issues are going to linger and they're going to come back. Like,
and we're not talking about Tennessee yet, but with Tennessee, we saw that was a problem in November.
Yeah. I mean, y'all
it continued. Game too. In November.
Yeah, right. So it's just kind of like if you haven't done anything at this point, then I don't just you don't want to, or
yeah,
right. This kind of on topic but off topic. If I was a Tennessee fan, I would be very, very pissed because y'all could have had MLK Kara over there, who already done won the ACC championship, and y'all ain't did shit since y'all interviewed her. I don't.
In their defense, though,
nah,
it's the ACC. No shade to the ACC, but it's the ACC.
Stop hiring them blondes. Nope.
Like, Carr been getting her ass kicked when they play South Carolina too. So,
but it don't matter. At least she get into the damn. Them folks can't get pat. I would be pissed. I would be because she's doing more with less. You look at who the players Tennessee done had in the past 4 or 5 years.
I was going. I mean that's fair because, like you said, looking at the players, Tennessee has had a lot of players. Tennessee has had a lot of players to come through there. But then, in addition to that, I mean, I know you said stop hiring the blondes. They really have only had 4 coaches in program history. Since Pat built it, but then once during her decline, she passed it on to Holly. So they've had 2 since. They went to Kelly, a former Lady Ball, and so like this is their first go around at not having a Lady Ball taking over the franchise. I mean the program. But I still feel like even outside of Kelly, there were more qualified players. If they wanted to keep it in that program, there were more qualified players that they could have brought. Like you said, Kara, there was Nikki Fargas. Isn't Kyra also a Lady Ball? And so like they had a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's like they wanted
Kyra wasn't an option.
They wanted to go blue-eyed blonde hair. So I mean, that's we're gonna get to them though. Once we get to the SEC, we're gonna get to them.
Yeah,
so that
was I'm happy for Kara and Duke though because they really just like we about to just score and they just kept Reagan. Like when Reagan can stay on the floor because she's not fouling, they are a good team.
Who was that? Dolores I was talking to. I feel like she was in foul trouble every goddamn game.
Every game we saw, she was in foul trouble.
Like, what's going on?
Every big game, she always foul out.
But that Ncaaw, she a problem.
Her energy alone changed the game.
Coda. Did she hear that?
Coda left, y'all.
Okay, she can't.
After that first one, she was done with you.
Right, I got to go.
I'm done.
I'm gonna be going on mute. But so that was the ACC. So yeah, congratulations to Kara Luther King. I know that speech hit in their locker room. Like even her post game, like she didn't seem very. Everyone's not going to be excited and crying and emotional and stuff, but she seemed very. I don't know if stoic is the word to use, but it was just like.
That's her personality, though.
Yeah, you're right. And I
she never satisfied though. That's good to have as a coach though. Act like you've been there.
I
don't think it's that. I just think that's just her personality. I just think she's bland.
Yeah, she was like that.
She
as a
was pretty
commentator,
stoic
too.
when they won the first 3x3 too. So
yeah,
she's
bland.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's her then. All right. So going on to the Big 12, TCU.
Who's in that conference? Just kidding.
Low got
TCU
minutes
did what
in
they
the
were supposed
game.
to do.
No, girl, don't start, Tay.
I don't know. It was hard watching that shit with them courts, baby.
Yeah, why would
Why
yeah,
was
why did
terrible.
they
He
do
was
that?
cross-eyed. I said, I just look at the box score, baby. I ain't bothered.
Not
Terrible.
so good. Why y'all see? I'm not. What?
She got a. Never mind. That ain't even my business.
Don't she got a husband?
Yeah.
The Big 12. Okay.
Okay.
Big 12. Yeah.
Haley Mary?
Baylor.
Yeah, she married.
Haley Van Lith?
No, Kara.
Oh yes, Kara
We're
is
trying
married.
to move on. Here she go.
He's a heavyset white guy, I think.
Oh my
What
God,
that
move
mean?
on.
Brother.
Lord have
So TCU.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking about Lindsay Whalen's husband.
Oh
No,
my gosh. TCU. Haley Van Lith.
Oh, I want
she
to
don't have a
make a
husband.
point about Haley.
Yeah,
Lindsay
Haley-
Whalen got a
I gotta
husband?
make this point.
Yeah, Lindsay got a husband.
Shut the hell up. No, she don't. No, she don't. No, she don't.
I want
You're
to
lying
make a
to me.
point about Haley.
I think he a news
Trying to
reporter
stay
or
on topic
something.
tonight.
You're lying. You lying.
No, for real. He's like a
No,
news
you're
reporter.
lying. I'm lying.
Okay. So yes, in the Big 12.
I wanna
Haley
make a
Van Lith,
point.
looks to be back to her, All-American form
No.
at Louisville.
She was
Actually,
never
can we
All
get
American.
this out? Because I've seen people say make the apology as loud as the disrespect was, and I'm gonna just say this: I ain't apologizing for shit, okay? Because I still stand by my opinions of last year. I think that Haley is in the perfect conference to show what she can do. But I still believe that the SEC was too physical for her. And I do think that's going to be a problem on the next level when she gets to the W. The ACC and the Big 12 are very similar when it comes to how their guards are allowed to have freedom of movement. Their guards do not defend well. So, of course, Haley Van Lith is going to look as good as she did in the ACC. Her problem with the SEC was niggas was in her ass. They were locking her ass up and they were being physical with her. So I'm not changing my mind. I'm not apologizing. She was ass last year. Should have never went to LSU. We said she should have never went to LSU, and I stand by that.
Also, she disrespected herself. She knew fucking better. We didn't disrespect her. We tried to help her. We told her, a bad idea. That ain't what you want. So she did that to herself. We didn't do that to her.
Okay.
That was a bad decision. I think she would have had a statue outside of Louisville had she stayed. I still do not understand it. No, Tay, I'm not saying because I think she's that good. Them people praised her at Louisville. She was making
Better than AD?
They did. Jeff Waltz was enamored
Better than
with
Dana?
her. Yes, I'm not me. They were enamored with that girl. Go back, check the tapes. They loved her.
An All-American.
I'm telling you, they were enamored.
An academic All-American.
She would have. I'm telling you, they love that lady. I couldn't believe she transferred.
Me either. I thought it was dumb.
Yeah, me too. Now you had to go extra year in college when you didn't have to.
At all.
Everybody
could have been drafted and out of the league by now.
If she had stayed, she would have definitely. Would she been a lottery?
Top 10.
No, lottery.
Top 10.
Top 10.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
1 year
the ACC allowed her to just show all the positives. Like you never really saw a lot of the holes in her game. And then when she got to the SEC, you saw that she couldn't defend, couldn't deal with physicality, and she struggled. She couldn't be a point guard either. So, I mean, good luck to the team that get her in a WNBA draft because the shit ain't gonna get easier then either. So,
I don't think she's making it past training camp. I ain't gonna hold you.
I think her name, she'll make it.
Yeah, she'll make a team.
She'll make it.
That's terrible.
Now I'm kind of
the best place for her is Valkyries or Mystics.
The what? I'm so sorry. I've been through enough. I can't. I'm so sorry, sister.
At
Please.
this point, the space it ain't. I mean,
Ain't no,
Look, 'cause you-
Absolutely not.
not in
Block
DC.
D, whoever this is, block them.
no, Lex, send her on over there.
HBO to Chicago. Okay, well,
Why we can't have nice things?
Y'all got Camilla and Angel.
Yeah, but we don't want the blonde. We have our own.
Courtney.
Yeah, that's enough.
You're right.
Oh yeah, y'all do got Courtney.
She could be a mini
Yeah.
Courtney. She could be a mini
No, she
Courtney
cannot.
Barber.
She don't know how to pass, baby.
She's
Courtney.
gotten better working with Prince. That pick and roll has worked for her.
No,
at TCU.
but you know what? Yes, so
Prince
they can
moves like a
bully her.
turtle.
All right, so going to
Lizzie
the
Whalen got a husband.
Oh my
Oh my God, Lo.
yes, she does. All right, so
They've
going
been married a long time.
a very long time since she was playing.
Shut up.
Yes.
Even
I'm
with
fine.
the
While we
I'ma
go to the
shut
next
up.
conference, I'm gonna go to the conference to where Lindsey Whalen came from and dominated the Big Ten. So the Big Ten conference tournament, UCLA was able to get their lick back on the third attempt against the Fighting Jujus and Lindsey G.
Hey over there.
you writing an essay?
Somebody must have pissed you off.
so congratulations to UCLA. They sent their ticket, their automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. What did we see from this particular game?
I think, first of all, UCLA should have got their lick back. They should feel away. Like, we stopped y'all from being undefeated, then we went into y'all shit and won the regular season. So, yes, should feel away. I don't know why people was like, oh, well, Lauren Betts was talking trash, and it's a robbery. That's what, it ain't a robbery. It's not a robbery if we sweep. It's a robbery if you win. So I give them their props. And then they finally decided, hey, we're going to triple team Juju. I don't know why it took you 3 games to do it, but they finally decided to do it. I think that in general, I think we was gassed. Like in that fourth quarter, like all 3 games have gone the same. We beat their ass in the first half. They fight back, and then we usually answer with a haymaker in the end. We didn't have a haymaker in the fourth. We just didn't have it. Like my dog, I love Kennedy Smith to death. My sister got that ball, was wide open, missed the whole basket. I said, oh, okay, well, back to baby
like
stuff and get them home. But I also,
It
something
be
that
like
I keep forgetting is like, outside of the transfers, like these are sophomores and freshmen that we are depending on. And sometimes they get a little like, the moment can be a little like, oh my gosh. So yeah, but I think we'll be fine. But congratulations to UCLA. Betts finally had like a Betts game for them, and they really needed that. So yeah, but if I got to play my odds, I'm taking us in that matchup the rest of this season. Now next year, they're going to have 2 bets, baby.
Are both of them 1 seeds to y'all?
Huh?
Are both of them 1 seeds to y'all?
Yeah.
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
the 1 seeds are set. I think once South Carolina, Texas, us and them made the championships, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty much set in
It's
stone.
just a matter of who gets which 1 seed, I think. But yeah, now I don't know if South Carolina or UCLA, they're going to have to fight it out for the overall one. But yeah.
So we'll get to that a little later. Talk about seeding because there are definitely going to be some shakeups. There's been no bid stealers so far that I think because of all the other games, there are very few mid-majors who are probably going to have at-large bids. The only conference that I think you could possibly see some coming from maybe the Ivy, and then
Wait, hold on. Somebody said UCLA
Yeah, I saw
won the
that.
game that mattered more. Sure, but they lost twice. So
I
I don't
disagree.
even know if mattered more is the way you put that, because losing on your home court on your last home game of the season, the regular season title, that doesn't matter.
Like as much as I love conference tournaments, I think holistically you got to look at the fact that both teams played 3 games back to back to back. So
Yeah.
there's the factor of fatigue that goes into it. As like conference championship, sure, I guess you can say, but I don't think the game that I think the biggest game for both teams was the last game that happened at UCLA. Like going
Agreed.
into that game, both teams having the same record. 2 and 2. 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 2 and 2 Big Ten regular season on the line, and both teams are well rested.
Is it just my end or is she
I
going
don't
out?
know. Is it me or Yana? Yana, you gonna have to.
That's Yana. Yeah, you missed it, coffee lover.
Did I miss the discussion about the ACC? Give us what you
Nope,
want to.
I'm back.
Oh, there you go. Coffee lover, you a new member. What up, coffee lover? But yeah, Yana,
Why you like coffee?
but to your point, Yana, like I don't know if that's the more important game, but however you want to parse it, is however you want to. I think UCLA
It
needed
definitely helped their case for number one
yeah.
seed.
Yeah,
But I
for sure.
think UCLA needed that game is a better way to frame it. They
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
needed to win that game.
They would have lost
Don't
again.
be trying to hold SC like that. Don't do that.
Because now, do we think that had UCLA lost, would they have gone to a 2 seed or no?
Yeah.
They would. Okay.
No,
Oh no,
I think
because
so.
they only lost to us. It's
No.
not like they
Look,
lost.
who else behind them would you put in front of them?
Right. I think
For?
to Lowe's point, I think Notre Dame would have had a case if they made the ACC.
They won, but they didn't. So no,
They didn't. So who else are you putting?
right. It would have had to be them.
You know, if Texas ain't get their ass smacked, I probably. But yeah, no.
Well, we'll get to that one. 'Cause
Well, coming up next.
what about getting licks back?
Yeah, in the SEC, we got the champions, South Carolina, who won their third SEC title in a row, their 9th in 11 seasons. So quite the feat that done them, of course, as that program has how in recent years, in just 10 years, what they've been able to accomplish, and who they've become. And yes, got their lick back. They avenged a 4-point loss that everyone thought was the end of the world. A lot of people thought it was the end of the world, and South Carolina was overrated. And then they said, okay, well, let me show you how you can do it. And South Carolina went and they held Madison to another set of tour dates. They basically neutralized their bigs that they had. Like, I honestly don't remember who was able to really get off. I guess maybe Rory a little.
But no, wait.
That was by choice.
She was allowed to. That was by design.
Allowed to get off.
That
Right,
was by
right.
design.
The one who kind of did a little something, Taylor. She kind of got going a little. Not really. Not really, man.
She could have did more.
South Carolina did they fucking thing.
For the most part, Texas took the shots that South Carolina wanted them to take. And if they made it, fine. But they took the shots they wanted them to take.
Y'all, I have never seen. First of all, I'm gonna take a step back. That's why I had to post my little voice note for the media, and I feel bad for the Texas girlies because it's not really them that have people on their ass. So I'm sorry, girlies. It's not y'all at all. It is the media. They took. I mean, you would have thought that they whooped the day. You would have thought that they beat South Carolina like UConn did. Mm-hmm. The win was by 4 fucking points. And it's like 4 fucking points. And it's like, it was like they had 4 points on their home court. To me, that's okay, bet. That's a dub. Cool. But the way they dragged it, I'm just like, and once again, no shade, Madison's sister, saying she had a great game and she was 9 for 22, that's not a good game. And the first game, she was like worse than that. So it's just really odd how the media set it up like that was just. I'm appalled. Mm-hmm. So when they went in there, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't feel like we were gonna lose. First of all, when we got that goddamn jump ball, I said, "Oh yeah, we're not fucking." We ain't got one jump ball all season. 2, y'all. When Breezy hit that ball, hit it again, swatted that bitch out of the ground, and then made Madison. I screamed. She was just like, "Oh, bitch, I don't have it. You're not gonna have it. I don't give a fuck what I gotta do." That was funny, but I never felt like they were gonna lose. That defensive game plan was insane. To have Raven roaming, like she wasn't even guarding Rory at the time. That's why when you said Rory got him, Raven was in the goddamn paint, getting. She was the reason she held the bigs. While a lot of the bigs could score because Raven was coming around that backside. If she needed to plug up the middle, like she was a rover and she just was really good at it because she's smart and she just read wherever she needed to be, she was there. That was a fucking masterclass. It was. It and I know like defense is not appreciated, but goddamn. They
That
did.
was great. That was great team defense. Like they were all locked in
nuts.
1 through 5. Even down to like, because sometimes the post players, they be stressing me out the way they defend screens. But Chloe, Joyce, Sanaya, any screen that Madison was coming off of, they hedged hard. And then once the defender got back to where they needed to be, sprinted back to their player and was like, "You go here, you go." Like I was just like,
amazed,
y'all. What am I witnessing right now? They've never moved like this before.
One time I saw Chloe hit that edge, y'all. Chloe, you know I can't barely see. Chloe was concentrating so hard. How about her? And she was concentrating. I said, I know that's right, girl. You damn. That shit was. That was
side note. Shorty only, what's her name? Only show up in the tournament time. That damn Tessa Johnson.
That's a tournament.
That's a
She only show up in the tourney. That's
flip on her like this.
That shit is funny.
I watch it every time it's on the timeline,
and she didn't care. Like she was like, "What y'all talking about?" Okay,
wait, hold on. I got not like this comment. I'm still crying. At
armpits all in the face.
Dawn getting on that panel, basically saying the committee better stop playing with her and seating. The way they was probably like, "Hey, Dawn, so what you got on? Let me tell y'all how the NCAA got us fucked up."
That's how it went, though. Like,
because I've been waiting.
The question was like, your team's won the last couple of games by 20. How do you stay locked in when you're up so big?
Well, actually, bitch.
I think it was. Yes, you're right. It was. Y'all won 25 out of your 32 games by 20 more.
So how do you stay so locked in? And I was like, well, that's on the committee. Let me tell you why.
I was sitting here thinking, did Dawn misunderstand the question? And Yana was like, no, she just wanted to get that shit off her chest.
Sound like y'all when y'all ready to be going off on somebody and they don't even say nothing to you.
Elle said it's up to chance. She said, no, that's fact. What did she say? Elle said like it's up to chance or something, and Dawn was like, "No, that's facts."
Yeah, she was like, "That's reality. That's reality."
She was not playing with Elle.
But I do think that the way they performed in that tournament. I mean, because we saw the Vandy game, how 3 minutes left, it was down to 5 points, and then all of a sudden they ended up winning by 21.
It's kind of crazy though when you think about it.
Like, it was a very weird game. And then who did they play on Saturday?
Isn't that though Oklahoma? Is it not weird that there was literally they was up again by 16?
Yeah.
Like, what the?
Because they locked in on defense. Like they have this point in games where if they truly lock in, they decide you're not scoring no more. Like they did it to Kentucky at South Carolina. They did it during the Vandy game. Oklahoma tried to go on a little run, and they said, "You're done with that." Texas tried to go on a little run in the fourth quarter, and they said, "You're done with that. Like, we're not doing that." They just have moments where if all of them click on defense,
night.
Good luck.
The part that I was really excited about is that everybody, focuses, like we said, everybody focuses so much on offense. Obviously the girls on South Carolina, they would definitely want to get their shots, whatever, and score. But the way I've never seen a team really enjoy defense. Like, they take it personally. We all saw the clips with, when Joyce, when Breezy was talking her stuff, talking about, who can't guard you or whatever. Like, they really take that personally. Like, defense is something.
Joyce messy.
Yeah, Joyce is very messy. Like Raven, Sanaya. Like, if you all to say how Joyce and Chloe locked in on defense, Malaysia is really showing what she's capable of defensively. Like, this is just an exciting thing to watch. And I know
that's a testament to Dawn too. Underrated. A lot of these players you mentioned, outside of Raven and Breezy, a lot of them weren't defensive players. Mm-hmm. Like Fagan, Dawn been on Fagan ass for 3 years about her defense and her not locking in on defense, and she ends up on the all defensive team.
That baby, Fagan.
Same with Tessa. Tessa said there was a little interview Tessa did before, I think it was last year, where she was like, I didn't play defense in high school. Like, I barely played defense. And Tessa's one of the best two-way players, honestly, in the country, in my eyes.
And
When
she
she
comes
walked
in for Breezy. She comes in to
Yeah.
player for Breezy.
Malaysia, Dawn had to bench her last year to get her attention to be like, no, you're going to defend. And when Lay's locked in on defense, she's a different type of animal. Like, that's.
I think it's what makes is it her length or her quickness? Something about my
all of it. Her agility, her what you call it?
Yeah.
All of that. Like the fact that Lay has blocked so many post players. Lay has defended so many post players, just like Raven. Like consistently, it's like Lay is all over 5'8", 5'9", and she banging
her
in there.
Size really makes it look like she can't do much, but she gets to it.
Yeah,
just like Raven. Raven is old brick house.
Raven if you look at Raven, damn near scratching her damn knees. Raven got some long ass arms.
Oh, for sure.
Her arms are.
It was one rebound. I think Rory might have been in front of her, boxing her out, and Raven said, "Give me that shit," and took that shit down the other way. I said, "Oh, okay, well."
She did that at the South Carolina game too, and Rory screamed in the I think Rory had screamed when Raven, she was posting her.
Oh, we got
to. If you go back and look at the clip, and when Raven's posting her up, and she goes up and grabs it for like a floater or something, like Rory just screams out. Like Raven is a big, muscular girl. So like this team is really exciting to watch. Like I am so glad that they were able to get their lick back.
And the offense really hasn't clicked because they could have done a lot better on offense. Sure. Like shots weren't falling.
I still haven't hit a bunch of threes yet, right?
Layups weren't falling.
Not really.
No, they might have hit 5 the whole week.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting on Powell to get going for real. Like,
she ain't
like that 48%, something.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
They want y'all to speak on these sore loser ass coaches in y'all conference.
Before we go to them, can we just talk about a little bit about the terrible ass game between LSU and Texas?
Y'all, we was.
Oh my God.
That was.
Y'all there? Y'all watch? Y'all stayed and watched?
We did. We stayed and watched. I stayed and watched the first half, and it was just so funny. Like, I don't know. It was funny because
she didn't even got words.
I didn't know what I was watching.
Lord,
it was some nasty ass hoops. It was terrible.
It was bad. Like, and nobody was there. None of their fans were there. So it was quiet and cold.
Yeah.
And I think it was when Aaliyah De Rosario hit that layup under the backboard. You could hear like it just, and
I haven't had one of those moments since Lily.
Oh Lord!
I remember she got into the game and we was like, no, and she got it and she didn't turn it off.
It was just bad. It was just really bad.
And it wasn't even, to me, it wasn't even like great defense. It was just really bad hoops. Like, it was just really bad. And then every time I thought Texas would kind of blow it out, like Anissa goes down, and I'm like, oh shit, now they only got.
They shouldn't have had no excuse to get going.
She's out, and I'm like, well, who the fuck is left on LSU to play? Like, what is happening right now?
Kim could have came.
I was watching that game and honestly watching that game, I was like, South Carolina whoever win this game, South Carolina winning by 20. Like, I don't really care who win. Like, shit. South Carolina going by 20.
It was interesting. It just was bad.
So what y'all think LSU gonna look like in the tourney for real? Because
Kim said they all healthy, or she said they will all be healthy. So
second round exit. I'm calling it. Second round exit.
Y'all said Flaugier was in the boot, right?
Mm-hmm.
People keep saying MK was in foul trouble, Texas. I think she's good, but I think y'all are holding her to a different sense. She's very hot and cold. So it just depends on
She struggled real bad in that game too. Even when she was even when she was playing, she just kept settling for a bunch of mid-ranges and her mid-ranges weren't falling. So she was struggling a lot too in that game.
She's streaky.
Yeah, she's very streaky. She on that motherfucker
I think LSU though healthy, they depending on the matchup they get, I think they'll be fine.
Second round exit.
I ain't standing on that. I
think they losing in the PMAC.
They not. I'm about to say.
You think they gonna lose in the PMAC?
Standing on it.
Because so if you're
they ain't losing in the PMAC,
what are they? They're projected to be a 3 seed, right?
Yeah.
So if that other side makes theirs, that puts them at what 3 and 5, or no? That puts them at a 3 and 10, 3 and 7.
Let me look at who they might play.
Because South Carolina was number 1, they played Miami at that second round, and Miami was a single-digit seed, I think. So I mean,
I don't know. I don't think they're not going to get the calls. Whatever team is not going to get the calls in PMAC to beat them.
They're not losing in the PMAC.
It's not the same LSU team, no.
But I think they're better than that, though. Tay, come on now. They got chips on their shoulders. They feel slighted. They didn't get in the documentary.
Angel not walking through the doors. God damn it.
Nope. They definitely making it to the Sweet 16. They not losing. I don't see them losing at home.
Ole Miss beat them in PMAC. Yeah, but who was out? Somebody didn't play that game?
Flage didn't play that game.
Okay, so wait a minute.
But then they're also not going to get an Ole Miss team either,
Norfolk
though.
State.
It's predicted, Jamia, what? It's predicted Florida State
Norfolk State. No, it's say Norfolk State.
Okay, I'm pulling it up right now.
Norfolk State is who they would. Oh,
Charlie Cream got them.
Second round.
Why do that to Norfolk State?
He got Norfolk State as their first game, and then the winner of possibly Harvard and Florida State.
Washington, or Florida State. Yeah.
Now I will say Florida State will be a good game, but in the PMAC, like Shay said, you're not getting the calls you need to win that type of game. Like, I do think the matchup with Tim, and we're talking hypothetically because Charlie Cream is never 100%.
Never.
But a matchup between Timpson and Morrow could be extremely exciting. Tanaya Latson and probably Flage will be guarding her. Could be pretty exciting too. But winning in that arena is not easy. It is not easy to win in that arena.
I take that bet.
All right. When the brackets come out, we're gonna run this conversation back, Tay.
Yep.
I ain't never folded.
We're gonna have a live. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a live, maybe post game after the bracket is released. That's Sunday, right? So yeah, maybe
that's the word.
We did that live.
It's on the air.
We didn't discuss this.
Right after.
We'll brainstorm some ideas.
What if we had plans? You just giving us.
You're right. My bad. Okay, so that's all the power.
Wait, hold on, B. We do have to touch a little bit on Tennessee because that was a big conversation when they against the Vandy game. Tennessee had the same problem that they've had, like Lois said throughout this. It's like you're pressing, but you're giving up shot. Like all Vandy was doing was catching that bitch and launching it down the court and making
over the top.
Right, that's all they were doing. So at some point, we have to decipher when is a press good and when is it bad. Because it wasn't.
And on top of all that, y'all, the shit been getting thrown over since early. We watched those games early and said, "Ooh, it's working on these teams because they don't have the athletes to get over the top. They might be panicking." But I'm looking at the goddamn girls open on the backside all the time. So if we knew that, why is it the last game of the season and we're still doing it the same way? And the game before that, when y'all was blowing their ass out, pull back. You have enough athletes to run a very good zone, a very good half court defense. You got the athletes, you got the length. You got girls that are long, they're quick. They're agile. So what are we doing? I'm telling y'all, every time I see it, it's like me. When I coached middle school, y'all know I had that baby that was 6'3", and I had a lot of other good, long, lanky athletes. I said, ooh, Y'all in 7th and 8th grade, y'all don't really know basketball, but I know I can teach y'all how to play good enough and intimidating enough defense to get in these little girl faces, scare the ass a little bit, take it, run up the court. They're not going to be able to pass it over the top because they're scared of y'all and y'all are longer than them. So y'all just going to get in their face, scare them, steal the ball, make a layup. That's what it looked like. Oh, I got black girls, ninjas. They're athletic. Check them up and throw them out there and see what I get. That's what it looks like. It doesn't look like any rhyme or reason to it at all. And I don't understand. If we was having this conversation at the beginning of the season, I'd be a little more lenient, but it continued all season. And
it's the reason why they lost a lot of their games throughout the season too. The close ones, they'd get a stop and then they'd be in a press that was really terrible, and the team would throw it straight over them, boom, layup, and it's like.
And
I think their coach be forgetting where she coaching at. That's I'm keep it back with you. That's it. This ain't you not playing like I ain't gonna say that, but you not playing who you was playing before.
Right.
And I agree with one of the comments in the chat. The substitution patterns, it annoys the shit out of me. I hate it. I hate it. And I hated seeing the little counter. Like, I don't know, the fascination is like, oh, look at the ticker in the corner. She's about to sub again. And I'm like, I don't think she's allowed a lot of the players, especially the stars, to have some kind of continuity on offense because she subs them so damn quickly that they don't really get in the flow of things. Like, for example, to me, one of their better scorers on the perimeter is Jules Spear. She's a streaky shooter. She needs to get shots up to get going. If you take her out every minute, she's not getting in rhythm. And by the time she's in rhythm, the damn game over. Like,
she's not, to me, she's not the type that's equipped to be running that press. She's not one of the girls that I'm like, need to be in the running the press all goddamn game. That's not her style of play. And then y'all taking all these goddamn threes. If they're going in, great. But if they're not, that also leads to long rebounds. Somebody getting right back. And we already know y'all already don't get back. Then you got Talasia Cooper.
The folks tired.
Yes, you got Talasia Cooper. She needs a little bit of taming as well. Mm-hmm. Tighten that up. It's just, I just don't. Hopefully, in the offseason,
right?
Huh?
She's only a sophomore on the court, right?
Talasia?
Yeah.
She's a redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, so hopefully she'll figure it out and make some adjustments because she got the athletes.
I don't mind the press, but I think that they have to be selective with it. I don't think that at this level you can press for 40 minutes versus teams with high IQs and just as much as athleticism as you have. You're going to have to find a balance. You can't do it maybe on makes you press every once in a while, and then on misses you get your ass back and you get in man or something. Like, you got to find a balance. I don't think you can do it the entire game.
Or just pick some shit and run it like a normal coach.
Did you know? Did you hear what Shay Ralph said? She said once you play them once, you got to figure it out. Same shit. Basically saying, oh, it's no adjustment. Speaking of coaching, I'm sorry to go back to this game. From the bottom of my heart, what was Vic's game plan in that game? I'm so sorry, y'all. Because y'all, of course I wanted South Carolina to win. So when I was watching the game in person, I did not give one single fuck, right? But when I got home and watched it again, I was like, what is this? You didn't have a plan for when they inevitably are going to stop Madison Booker? What did you not say?
I think he just prayed. The normal thing he do.
Okay.
Nah, I think I mean I told y'all this already, but I don't think he had a game plan because I really and truly do feel like Texas felt like the first loss at South Carolina was a fluke. I truly think that the same way ESPN kind of promoted it and the way a lot of other people talked about it, I think that's how Vic and Texas felt. I think they felt that first beatdown was a fluke. And the game in Texas
was winning by 4, wasn't?
No. The way they talk about it, they just had a bad game, and it was their first time, I guess, playing in South Carolina in that type of environment, and now they're better from it, and Madison had a better game. They're stronger. They're more physical in the paint, and I think they came into this game thinking As long as we're the more physical team, we'll be fine.
You might be right, because it really looks like they didn't prepare to me.
I don't think they did. I really do think it was just like we out tough them. If we can out tough them this time, we'll be fine.
But what does out tough even mean, really? You know what I mean?
Like the hell out of them.
But they didn't even do that. They didn't do that.
Like what? I feel like didn't Vic used to say something about out tough or out physical? Like,
He still
not
do.
big, not big. You know.
But yeah. And then when he got in the end and was like, well, we just got to keep playing for seeding or something like that. We're not going to win the game, but we'll keep playing hard for seeding. I just expect it.
Do you know how demoralizing that got to be like, Coach, what you got for us? Well, y'all thinking it up, so just keep playing and hope we're one after this shit. Like
that's true bridesmaid behavior, though.
Okay.
It is. He has. I mean, outside of him being an
Mr. Bridesmaid,
he has always been a bridesmaid.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I watched it.
2019, he did win that one year. Yeah, Asia had graduated, and
he ain't never won the real thing. It's not
Chloe and Joyce's defense was ass. That's why they didn't play.
Chloe and Joyce didn't play in the fourth quarter. We lost.
Their defense was terrible. That's why.
Funky.
Yeah. It was so bad that one had to go 4 guards, 1 big.
Side note, what do people been saying about y'all having a good white girl? I hate them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that gotta be.
Oh, I ain't
that
even
gotta be.
That.
Grinding their gears. I know they are up.
And you talking about that? Oh, yeah. But y'all, child, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw that slam thing and I heard how Chloe was talking, I said, oh, she's been around us. Did y'all hear her? She was like, something.
She said, my food has flavoring.
That ain't how she said it though. She said something for real. Like, yeah, she was like, something she said, I was like, oh, she been around the girls. She been around the Atlanta girls. Yeah, I ain't something. She was like, yo, for real. I was like, whose man's is this?
Hey, as long as it translates on the court, I wouldn't care what she's talking about. Yeah. Just don't let that N-word slide out, my girl. You good.
Yes. Don't. Please don't.
Okay. We got a prediction in the chat, y'all. Elite 8 for Texas Longhorns.
I see it.
And then I got
on the matchup.
And I think at the end of the day, their 2 seed is going to be UConn, and I think UConn can beat them if they both match up in the Elite 8.
It depends on what UConn show up though, because quiet as kept. We played the worst motherfucking game we done played all season, and they played the game of their life. They really did. So, and that's no shit. They beat our ass fair and square. I don't want y'all to think I'm saying they didn't earn it, because I know how y'all get. No, they beat our ass fair and square.
Man, that's a hot take.
We got people shooting from
that's a hot take right there.
Oh,
second round exit now.
At home.
That's a hot take. Y'all talking about what I said? No, I want whatever you said.
God damn.
Yeah, I gotta see.
So I do think that because them Buffies can always shoot. Them Buffies can shoot. So South Dakota State. Now I'm not saying they're gonna make every other year or so. Those Dakotas are always good for a Sweet 16 or Elite 8 run.
Which one is the Jackrabbits?
South Dakota State. And
right,
they're I think they're ranked this year because Ole Miss was 25, so I think South Dakota State is ranked 24. But they've had some solid wins. But
I gotta see what these brackets look like before I make I think the argument about Notre Dame
matchup.
Because wasn't it one of the South Dakotas that got Coach Yodom out that year? Like Kira and Baylor?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. South Carolina don't show up to play. Their ass to be out too.
Hell yeah.
I think that's the fun thing about this year, though, is like everybody can be beat and everybody can beat somebody. Like there's I don't think anybody is confident. Like, my team is going to the Final Four. Like everybody's like, shit, we could. Shit.
I think all these brackets gonna be busted by that second round.
Either way, I'm gonna be in Tampa regardless, having fun.
I'm gonna be there, but I just hope I'm not there with tears in my eyes. Shit. Last time I went to the Final Four, Dallas scarred me. I can't do it.
Oh, listen.
We was
Dallas
all
is Dallas the reason why I don't go to the Final Four game no more. I just beat your ass on Saturday if we playing on Sunday.
another hot take. USC, UCLA, SC, and UConn for Final Four. That's actually reasonable. Like that's
I don't think that's going to happen because I don't see 3 number 1 seeds making it to the Final Four. That's my hot take. I think it will be 2 max. I don't think it's going to be more than 2.
okay.
I don't think
Well,
UConn
whatever,
next.
as long as we one of the twos, I'm good.
Make you choose one of the twos, Lord. Put that bun in the Final Four. But I think
less chaotic. Sorry. Woo.
Somebody said I have a little more faith in the SEC teams. I can see that. But I will say, though, what I will say about South Carolina, even though that is my team, one thing they are have a knack for, they find different ways to win. And I have seen it materialize. A lot of other teams I'm not sure about.
One trick pony.
Yeah. South Carolina, sometimes they might randomly. You know, I just seen them win in so many different ways. That's the only thing that gives me an inkling of hope because I do think the parity this year is just.
Yeah, I agree. D, I agree with what you said too. Michigan, they gonna get somebody out of here. That team, they was putting us. That team can play. I love their freshmen. Swartz, I love that group. Them in Iowa are gonna sneak up and get somebody.
It annoys me that Iowa is good.
They're well coached,
but
like,
they really good.
They solid, yeah.
They're well coached.
And
They
Lucy
did
Olsen,
everything
she
Ohio State had to beat them, and Ohio State had nothing left for UCLA.
Don't get me started on Ohio State.
My sleepers are Michigan, Iowa. I think Vandy's gonna sneak somebody.
Yeah,
like
sure.
I really do think Vandy gonna sneak somebody.
I think they need a little more help. So this SEC tournament, Moore did well, but she hasn't been. If she's playing well, yes. If she's not, and it's just Michaela and Camille, no.
Yeah.
True. All right, yeah, they really want y'all to talk about the coaches and having it in South Carolina.
I got more conferences to get to before we talk about the coaches.
Oh, Lord, okay, my bad.
Wait, which coaches? Talking about like the openings, right?
The SEC coaches.
Oh no, they wanted y'all to talk about
the loser,
the coaches
the loser,
did, tournament is held, and all of that stuff.
Wait, both of y'all talking, so I can't understand what either one of y'all just said.
They wanted y'all to talk about the whining the coaches did and where the tournament is being held and all of that conversation.
Women's basketball, first of all, every other conference is in the same goddamn spot every season. 1. 2, women's basketball, Greenville makes money, baby. It makes money. It's hard for me to chance it anywhere else we go. Because are y'all going to show up? Because right here, I know.
What was said?
Oh, it's not fair. That's in South Carolina. That's the home court. What is that home court advantage? And it's like, I wouldn't deny that. Yeah, but first of all, South Carolina fans will travel regardless for 1. 2. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. But at the same time, bitch, you didn't have no game plan. It'll be different if we neck and neck and it's this and this and this. You didn't have no game plan. Because the reality is, last season, LSU fans was in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Last season, Tennessee fans was in the building. They was in the building this year.
Mm-hmm.
So
it is also the first day, right?
Right. So it's like, and then for somebody say move it to Charlotte, bitch, that's closer. That's closer.
Open the map, baby. Open the map.
Yeah, like
honestly.
But not even when they had it. Go ahead.
Oh no, go say honestly, like they talk about moving it other places. The majority of the SEC, we're not the Big 10, we're not the Big 12. Like the majority of the SEC institutions are in smaller towns. Starkville, you got Baton Rouge, you got Athens or whatever, and so the most convenient metro areas outside of, I think the only one that's in a major city would probably be Nashville or Austin. And even if we did go all the way to Texas, the South Carolina fans will show up. You saw how they turned that TCU game into basically damn near a South Carolina game. It felt like TCU was on the road.
They said at the Texas game at home, there was a lot of South Carolina fans too.
Hell yeah.
But when it was in Nashville and I went, it was more y'all than it was Tennessee. Man. So it don't matter.
In Arkansas. It was deep, and that was before the program got to where it is now.
Right,
So it
and
doesn't matter where the team is going to be. Like we're not like the ACC where you can go to a Miami or an Atlanta or damn New York or somewhere like that. Like we have to go to a place that's as convenient, which is Greenville. It's closer to Georgia. It's close to Nashville, Knoxville, all of those schools. Like you just got to step your weight up.
right, like Athens is closer. Athens is close. Auburn is close. Yeah, it's close.
Alabama, then like it's all right there.
I just think people don't think about it because the only people complaining are in Texas. Y'all, sorry y'all had to join this conference, but y'all too far. If they go all the way to Texas, now everybody else hella far.
That's too out the way.
I mean, it's possible. I think you just gotta like literally. We USC flew to the Midwest, played a 9 a.m. game, and played Indiana, which the shit is in Indiana. We didn't complain. We won the game without Rhea. Like you just gotta show up and win the fucking game. Like I don't know. And isn't the ACC has always been in what you call it? For as long
Greensboro.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like what do we?
You got damn 4 schools, right? To be honest, including Clemson, you got 5 schools right there near
you know what it is? They don't say nothing because I guess they got some variety in terms of who winning. So when it's because it's y'all done won 9 of the last whatever, they trying to find something to complain
that ain't stop Ryan Howard for getting her an SEC title, did it?
Sure did.
Well, that was fluky. Whatever.
That one was in. I
was there. That was a little fluky. I was there. That was a little fluky.
It was.
But the conversation kind of
game after that.
The conversation just goes in one ear and out of the other for me because in my mind I'm just like, you already know in advance the tournament is in Greenville. Like it's not like the March Madness tournament where no one knows where their teams are going to be. Are they going to be in Birmingham? Are they going to be in Spokane? Don't know if your team's going to be in Tampa, so you don't know if you want to go. Your team is heading to the SEC tournament in Greenville. Point blank period. And if you're a top team, if you're LSU, Texas, the Tennessees, the Kentuckys, the future that plan on being in the final the quarterfinals and stuff like that, you're going to be playing on Friday. Plan ahead. You have a year. You have a year from now to plan ahead and make sure your ass is in Greenville to support your team if you want to be there. Because if you want to be there, you'll make the shit happen.
Yep. Scarlet Witch said Big Ten is Midwest. They don't need to accommodate Cali. Sorry. We ain't asking them to, but
somebody in the comments did. Somebody in the comments said move it to Cali.
I mean, look,
isn't
that's out the way.
Vegas?
Juju senior year, go look where it is. It's gonna be in Vegas.
Yeah, I was about to say they moving it to Vegas. Not
because they go to Chicago next year, right?
I think so. And after that is in Vegas. So
that's gonna really be good. So we while we're talking about conference tournaments, we're going to skip through this one. UConn won the Big East. Congratulations. And so, but what was interesting to me, I don't think I've ever heard him say something like this publicly before, where he basically disagreed with who won. I don't know if it's called MVP or MOP.
Tournament in
whatever it was. He said, "Hell no." I said, "Oh."
Yeah, right. He was basically like that should have been Sarah's award. And that kind of goes to
what everybody been saying all season.
Everybody's been saying all season, and I know Rob got on here and really said that there's no way in hell that he feels like when these All-American awards and first team AP and all these things come out because of who she is in the sport and where she is. They don't think that Paige would be left off. Now, granted, some people's performances toward the end of the season have probably given her a little bit more room to make these teams. If you look at the performances like from Hannah and Olivia, you say you don't think so?
No, because at the end of the day, they still had them games that they was them against really good competition.
That's
Paige
true.
doesn't have a game against them that she is like against a really good team that she's like her.
Because even against South Carolina, she wasn't her. It was Sarah. And
no,
it was AZ.
It's not. I think she's had a solid season, so it's no shade. But she hasn't had like that. I'm putting my nuts on the table.
Yeah. And so,
tournament late then.
It's going to be pretty interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with going forward in the rest of the tournament, as well as these end of year awards, because we know those are getting ready to come out. Some are typically at the presented at
the big ones
Final
already.
Four weekend, right?
Yeah.
And so that's going to be interesting. Congratulations to some Black women who have been doing their thing and taking their programs to their first NCAA tournaments. Vanessa Blair Lewis and George Mason. Like, and we know she also took Bethune Cookman back in 2019 to their first tournament after winning the MEAC. Destiny Rogers, who's the first Black head coach for women's basketball at Arkansas State, got them to win the Sun Belt. Trina Patterson is taking University of North Carolina Greensboro to the tournament. I was rooting so close for Longwood. They were so close, but they gave it up in the end. But yeah, there are a lot more.
They tournament.
Huh?
Did North Carolina win their tournament?
The other one.
North Carolina A&T.
They won their game. I don't think their tournament is over yet.
Okay. Oh, they won like the regular season, I think. They won something. I don't
know. Yeah, they're towards the top in the CEA. I think they are regular season champs. Okay. And so their game, they were regular season champs with a record of 19-10 overall and 15-3. They play it's going on in DC actually. Okay. So that should be a good one. These are also some names that you could very well, maybe not Destiny Rogers, but I know Vanessa Blair Lewis. That is a name that you could very well possibly hear in some of these coaching openings, along with the likes of Aqua Franklin, several coaches some are still in tournaments. Aqua, unfortunately, her team just lost today. So speaking of the openings, Sharika Wright is another one. Speaking of openings, there are quite a few power jobs, some that have quite a few bucks to spend, like Mizzou, like in Auburn, like BYU, that are open currently and looking for head coaches. Am I missing? Arkansas is another job. Am I missing some other ones that are probably open?
Arizona State.
Oh, yeah. Arizona State is another one that's open.
Maybe Arizona, from what I've seen today.
Yeah, I'm about to say, shit.
It very well could be. So
what's going on?
Oh, Wisconsin. Yeah.
Oh, Wisconsin. That's another one. So from what Quentin, you asked about Mizzou. The job was expected to be initially Molly Miller. She's from Mizzou. Well, she's from Missouri. She played and coached at Drury. Well, she coached at Drury previously before going to Grand Canyon. And she's had real good success there at Grand Canyon. And then Jeff Mitty name came up, but now they're saying he's not sure if he's interested in the job. So we're not exactly sure what's going to happen with the Mizzou job. Molly's
to be honest, I know it seems like going to the SEC is like, oh yeah, SEC. I don't know if I would want no parts. I don't know if I would.
It's not an easy league.
That's not an easy league.
It's not.
I don't know who getting a job, but I'm pretty sure Jeff Wall is gonna be on somebody's radar.
He always in the conversation with something.
I don't know. It's gonna pop up.
Oh, and Houston's coach too.
Yeah,
Houston is
Arizona. Nothing happened. They just, what did they say? That Adia could be
Auburn, or was it
in the running for like an Auburn job? Because Auburn, they said Auburn seems like they're definitely willing to.
What conference they in right now?
Arizona's in the Big 12.
They're in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Arizona State are in the Big 12 currently.
I would stay over there. Ain't no way.
The thing with Arizona State was resources.
Oh yes,
the SEC is not. It's not easy. I would only come to the SEC if you're going to allow me time to build.
Right. You got to.
But if your expectations are like you need to be playing on Fridays only, Friday, Saturday type vibe, then I don't know if I like you, because you coming into a conference and like I be talking shit about them, but we got Vic, you got Kim, you got Dawn, you got Kenny Brooks. Like, this is very front loaded SEC. Coach Yo, like
I was about to say because it really wasn't until
Yeah, I
that
don't need
fourth
help.
year. It was
It could
really
be some assistants more so getting them jobs than anything. I don't know. I can't think of like big names right now.
it but to Yana's point when she talked about the time, Yo stunk her first few years, and she'll tell you she went a year when she won no SEC games,
yeah.
and it wasn't
Man,
until
she was talking more than getting it done.
Not too
God damn.
much on my girl.
I'm gonna keep it a
It
book.
took time though. It's hard. Like the
It was-
SEC
it
is
was-
not easy.
It was year
I ain't
4
say
when she
shit
was
about a
able
coach,
to.
but
Year 4, she was able to really like get it together and then make it to the tournament. That year prior they made it to the WNIT, and then that because Shakira was there, and then boom they came and made it to the tournament. Then they had the Sweet 16, and so she's been able to for the past 4 years, and they are a tournament team this year. So after the first 3 years of maybe not doing so well, she's been able to put consecutive 4 years.
But they gave her time.
They gave her
allowed
time.
to be herself
Yes.
fully. Like to me, that matters. Like,
Absolutely.
and
it helps when the program ain't have much history though.
true,
I was going to say that she also yes.
true, but like
That was also kind of striking. Was surprising to me for Auburn. I mean, granted, people like Dewana, and is that where Ruthie Bolton came from? I always get Ruthie Bolton mixed up for Auburn and Ole Miss, but like you haven't been those girls for quite some time,
right.
and so like for them to let Johnny go and the class that she was going to be bringing in, the player that she had just got, it's kind of like, dang, like could you not have given her 1 to 2 more years? Like
And
that's in the tournament last year
they look like they bring her in for somebody that's mid.
or the year before, maybe.
Because when I see the Kelly Harper rumors, to me that doesn't make sense.
At
To
all.
Auburn?
If I can't recruit with the Tennessee brand behind me,
Right.
what the hell am I gonna do at Auburn? Because
Correct.
Kelly, go to Wisconsin.
and what
Go
no
to
shade to
Wisconsin.
Auburn, right? But you have to me. So at Tennessee, you could just kind of your culture's established in a sense. You still have to build like a team culture, but your culture's established. It's a Lady Ball brand. It's now you don't have to do too much. You just gotta lock the kids in because we know what it is. Even though they younger now, you still know the mystique of Tennessee.
Just bring Candace Parker by, walking past Pat Summitt's statue.
Right.
Tell them
But
you
if I
trying
go
to
to
get back to the
Auburn-
glory days, and you see the vision for them, and
Right.
boom.
But if I go to Auburn, I have to build a whole culture. I have to get people to the games. I have to do a whole lot that if
Hell
you
no.
couldn't get that shit done there, because face it, it's not just coaching, and that wasn't even great. You couldn't get recruits.
Yeah.
The coaching wasn't great. The system wasn't great. You probably not even gonna have the same athletes because the system wasn't great, but I think you still won some because of the athletes you had. Probably not gonna get them athletes at no damn Auburn because you wouldn't have got Rakia to transfer to no goddamn Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
So I just all of it more than hoops culture, this and that. I just don't.
I agree.
Hey man, somebody go get old ass Andy Landers out of retirement. There you go, Auburn.
Oh,
Good
my
job.
He was at the tournament. He was there when
He's still
Georgia was
alive. Wait a minute. I was doing this.
Hey,
No, I'm so
he's
sick.
still alive.
Bro,
Lindsay
since
got a
2020.
husband.
I'm not even trying to be funny.
He was at the tournament this weekend when Georgia was playing. They put a camera on him.
That's what's up. They gotta put bro back on TV.
No,
I'm good with that.
Something happened while he was no
That's
longer.
better than Tamika. Shit, I love her, but
yeah, I don't like that either.
So like, I mean, it's a lot of jobs out there. It's a lot of coaches who you saw they extended Charmin.
Yeah.
That was smart because I
Her
feel
name-
like her name was gonna come up in a lot of those.
They probably knew.
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, let's go ahead and I'm glad. And then I think the big thing is because Cal is one of those schools where I'm not sure if you have to be accepted first, like Stanford does, but Cal is considered one of those academically rigorous institutions. So you have your Georgia Techs, Vandy's, Dukes, Stanfords, and Cals that aren't Ivies, but their education, their degrees are considered premier like the Ivy institutions, but they're probably in more athletically challenging conferences, if that makes sense. So for her to basically, in addition to her securing the extension, get them to agree to the revenue sharing and putting that money into the women's program is going to be a big thing. So now you can compete with those kids who probably like, well, I love your campus, but Duke gonna give me some money, or Stanford might give me some money. Now Cal can compete with those people. And so what she was able to do this year, I can only imagine if she had kept, what's her name? She went to Louisville.
Curry.
Curry. I can only, if she was once able to get a Jada Curry, I can only imagine now what she's able to do, that they have that investment from their leadership. So Cal could very well be a program on the rise.
And when I watched them play, was at Notre Dame? That's a good team. Like that's
I agree.
She can coach. Like they couldn't hold on, but that's a really good team.
And they beat NC State and Florida State or something like that earlier.
They beat NC State, Florida State, and for the first time in a while, they swept Stanford. Granted, that Stanford this year is a down year, but help is on the way. They just got a 2049 recruit.
2049.
See, it's an academic conference. Yeah, because they added Cal and Stanford. Before that, it was.
I'm about to say now. Wait a minute.
Now, I mean, they were kind of it was kind of really Duke and Georgia Tech pulling the weight for ACC. Notre Dame.
Virginia is a very good school too.
Yeah, Virginia.
Right. Yes, but
man, send me where I can get that 2.5.
Syracuse.
I never heard nothing about no Syracuse being no good school.
They have a good communication school.
I'm not saying it's bad, but what I mean is just superb.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're right.
Don't.
But y'all know how I feel about Syracuse education. I used to say in the chat all the time. It ain't the best.
You say it like that.
I don't even know why. I'm not even going to ask.
We all got a degree from Syracuse.
Fuck.
Man. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
I did not expect that from you.
What?
Oh, man. Yeah. So what's next, B?
So, yeah.
I was just trying to get my joke off. I don't know what y'all talking about. They hit.
I ain't hear no pomp and circumstance or whatever that song was.
Top 16 seeds. Who's the number one seed?
Okay.
Who are y'all number one seeds in the tournament and your number two seeds?
I think the number two. So my number ones are who we all, I think, kind of general consensus.
Not me, but
is it the number 4 that you're kind of iffy on?
My fourth number one would be UConn.
Instead of who? Texas?
Mm-hmm. Instead of Texas.
Interesting. Why?
I think they're gonna give it to Texas because of that schedule.
I think they'll give it to Texas, but I also think there's no difference in being the fourth number one and the best number two, besides the jersey color you wear in the Elite Eight game if you both make it. But that that is because they're going to be in the same bracket either way. Yeah, so there's no difference.
I can't give it to UConn over Texas because at the end of the day,
SEC.
So Texas beat UConn. UConn whooped us.
No, Texas beat us.
Get all that, man. SEC, they playing actual teams.
They playing better teams night in and night out.
But Texas, to me, I feel like Texas non-con and UConn's conference.
UConn beat who Texas beat twice.
They playing Division III players,
right? So they beat. So it's like that's why I can't give it. So Texas beat Ole Miss twice. UConn beat them once. That's one of their better wins. Us, Ole Miss, and North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Texas beat Ole Miss twice. Texas beat LSU twice. I leveled that with North Carolina, and Texas beat us. UConn beat us, but UConn blew us out. So I beating Ole Miss twice, beating LSU twice. I'm gonna have to get an edge to Texas. Now their non-conference is weak, but it balances out.
Them folks lost to Tennessee
because UConn conference is weak. So where Texas picked up strength, they lost and vice versa. So I think I would still get a slight edge to Texas because they done beat Ole Miss and LSU twice. And us. Their best wins are who? No, Ole Miss, North Carolina, and us. And they did 2 of them. So I don't know. I still get Texas. And then who did Texas lose to? Notre Dame?
Texas lost Notre Dame, yeah.
Yeah, so did UConn. So I think I would still get a slight edge to Texas.
They said the committee
NC
said
State.
competitive in losses, and the motherfuckers was not competitive in losses. And so if they can drop our ass to 2 because of us not being
make it plain
in losses, then I'm gonna drop their ass to 2.
Okay, well, from that logic, yeah, for sure. But from my
Y'all
logic,
think TCU is a 2 seed to y'all?
Yes.
Yes. So the
What
2
big
seeds are going to be TCU, Notre Dame, in no particular order, TCU, Notre Dame,
NC
one
State.
of the Texas or UConn's, and who's that other?
NC State.
I wonder if what Duke did to close out that tournament was enough for Duke to jump NC State, because they not only beat NC State, but they beat Notre Dame along the way too.
Yeah.
Like I
They got
wonder if
them
that
at
was enough.
3.
Like,
They got them at 3 right now, Tay?
Yeah.
Okay, so your 3s would be LSU, Duke.
I can't think that low.
Oklahoma
and Kansas State, or West Virginia or Baylor.
Kentucky is a 3.
Oh yeah, Kentucky got to be somewhere. Yeah,
Kentucky is definitely a host.
LSU.
So that means your 4s would be Ole Miss, Baylor. Which is interesting to me that Ole Miss, I understand AP rankings aren't the same as the committee's rankings.
Yeah.
Yo, if this turned out how they talking about,
I think that Ole Miss full body of work
walk to the Final Four, run maybe.
Who?
Which
USC should run to the Final Four if this decide they
which
don't.
one?
Which one?
Be specific now. The one with the bun or the one with
the real one, the one that I consider, not y'all. I like y'all, but I'm talking about Shay and them.
Boo.
We're gonna settle that next year, by the way.
They will. Yeah, the region that Charlie's never right though, so never completely. He's
probably gonna have South Dakota State hosting.
He has like he typically gets like the top 8 teams right. He might have them in the wrong places, but
speaking of that though, the real SC, y'all, I cannot explain how excited I am for that game. I want that shit to happen this weekend. I don't give a damn about this. I saw that. I sat up. I said, "Oh shit!" And we not doing that whole at Galen. We going to crypto with that whole. Like we playing the Lakers play. Like I want that shit to be so black. Like you got 2 black faces of college hoops. I don't want Lobo in them. I don't want them there.
Me either.
Andrea Carter, Monica McNutt, Carolyn Pat. That's what I want. I want
leave L at the crib.
Like I think
what L do?
Leave Shanae
send them both somewhere else, but don't bring them to that game.
Yeah.
What was the game when we were there, Shay? Who was that? A Fox game for the UCLA USC weekend? That when South Carolina.
I don't remember what channel that was on.
I'm trying to wonder if because
we on the same
page. Do they do a lot of does ESPN do a lot of West Coast games?
I mean, there's literally an ESPN at crypto. Like there's a thing.
They finna put y'all on Peacock.
Because what I would want is for that to be, it's too early, but that should be a college game day thing. Simply because USC plays in the Big Ten, Fox is going to own all those rights. So we're not going to get a game day when y'all regularly do it. But I feel like they can make an exception.
They could make it a college game day.
Like put that on ESPN. Like that's
that whole Toshiba, or is that too far? Don't they got a plaza with all them statues and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's right there. That's at LA Live. Yeah.
Okay, turn
that. Yeah, get Candace Parker on the little announcing. Let her talk.
Somebody. South Carolina was a school. I mean, was a state before y'all were even a school, boo. So let's not.
I
maybe that shit could be TNT.
One thing I will say though is, and I want y'all to be clear about this. This is a good vibes game, and I know you see a whole bunch of fans of other teams being like, "Oh, well, we're gonna get there, and it's gonna be ugly." Da 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 da. Dawn and Juju love and adore each other. We like it's a mutual adoration, mutual respect. If Juju wasn't from Watts, she probably would be a Gamecock.
Absolutely.
Like, so it's a good vibes type of thing. Now, one thing I do hope, I was talking about this with somebody else. Get Lay and Ju about 5 minutes, clear that hole out. Let us get some rucker on. Okay?
just everybody let us call a little flat play. Everybody go to your respective corners and just let them go.
Don't y'all worry. I'm instigating that chat.
Oh shit, we gonna, and I mean, you know, the celebrities gonna pop out. Like y'all see who comes.
It's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be
all
this
the
be for the culture for real.
Yeah, that's a culture game. So that's what I'm saying. Bring Candace, bring Andrea Carter, leave Lovo, and this ain't
Candace may not bring her white wife. She may not bring her white wife.
A slam quarter with Ju and Lay. You see what I'm saying?
B, why did you lean back like this?
I didn't know where you were going with that.
No, Raven stays out just for this game, just to play that game and then go to the pros.
She may not bring her white wife.
Do like 3x3, have the fourth quarter go to a certain amount and just let Ju and Lay go one-on-one. Like
the way that those people stood up for Notre Dame versus USC at Galen, it's going to be that on crack for USC.
You know who could be a sneaky good matchup? Tessa and Kennedy.
Yeah,
that'll be a sneaky good little matchup.
Tessa could be a, depending on what happens, could be a starter.
I told y'all she don't show up to March, so I don't know what y'all expecting by then.
Oh, Tessa, she'll
show up for that game. Tessa show up for the big ones.
You playing it?
I'm on TV. I'm on TV. Bet.
Yeah, Ashley might not be a starter either next year.
Who?
Ashley might not be a starter next year.
I thought about that too. I was like, Ashley, baby, you might be back off the bench.
Is Ashlyn? Is she gonna be healed by that? I forgot when she tore her.
She got hurt kind of early.
She might be.
Okay,
January. It was like the first game of the SEC.
I want her to be able to play in that. I just hope that. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God, this is gonna be a clutch game.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. And y'all seen all the celebrities that showed up for Ju. Like now they're gonna say, "Hey, by the way, Dawn and Leia
coming. Dawn and the girls coming.
Dawn coming. Exactly.
Bet we'll be there.
Yeah.
Do tickets going to
I don't know. The aunties gonna show up for Dawn in general. They like Dawn put on their best. Let me go get my shit on. Dawn gonna be down there.
Y'all thought they showed up when damn BG came back in that first game at Crypto. They about to pull up.
Coming.
They about
because I feel like the culture love Juju, but the culture love Dawn and her girls.
And
they love both. That's what I'm saying. It's a culture game. Who would be Southern Cal Bigs next? Tiger, not now. Not now. Not now.
They got time to figure it out. They got time to figure it out.
NBA season is gonna be like for them to get that arena in the middle of fucking NBA season. That is,
and I bet you all they had to say was Dawn and Juju, and they was probably like that.
They're probably like, great, yes.
They were like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
perfect.
Like, if it's an off weekend, LeBron might put. He don't care. He gonna be what they call them thing, a rest day.
Yeah, they gotta get a good halftime performer. Who would you want?
I was about to say something real
Red
crazy.
Panda.
No, fuck that. No, she's not Trojan. She's gonna be a Gamecock.
It should be Plies.
On this liquor, oh so heavy.
Plies
None of his songs are
I'm
appropriate
saying
for any.
Plies is going to be at that game.
Let's do it. Who cares?
Like make it half South Carolina, half like do Plies, and then Sweetie is an alumni. Have Plies and then have Sweet, or like YG is performed by us. Like
I don't know if you want YG
Kennedy
as y'all representative.
I mean, that's true, but that's family to her. Like, isn't he like really close to that family?
I mean, what you call it? Juju's cousin know everybody. He bring everybody to the game, so they
could. That's that man with the beard, mustache, or whatever.
He's at every game, so he could probably get Kendrick if he wanted to.
I would like.
We don't want to hear that shit.
Now wait a minute now, because I would go crazy with a mustache.
I hate it.
That mustard shit and crypto gonna go crazy. But no, I think it's gonna be a fun game. I'm glad that it starts the season too. One thing I also want to say is, so we are now playing South Carolina, Notre Dame, and UConn next year. We doing our part for the scheduling.
Really?
I don't hear that shit.
Is it like
It's a home and home as far as I know.
Okay.
So we doing our job.
Y'all got to go to Notre Dame, but then y'all get UConn to come to y'all,
That's
right?
what I'm saying. We doing our job. So all them other teams, y'all need to go cry to them about scheduling and making games that y'all want to watch.
I'm with it.
And then South Carolina, so that means we know South Carolina got USC, and then they still got Duke, and who else is in the Vegas tournament?
Do they play Duke?
Texas? No.
I think they're going to play UCLA in that Texas tournament.
They play everybody in that tournament, right? UCLA, Texas, and Duke.
Duke are the other teams, yeah.
And we got UConn.
And right, we got UConn.
Baby, Don don't play. Don will take a L.
That Vegas tournament is gonna be crazy. Like all four of those teams having to play each other to me is so perfect.
And gonna have one of we're gonna have one of the white teams, so we could probably be somewhere in Manassas or in the Dakotas again.
Yeah, she be Don be making something he want to watch. And like I hate to do this to LSU. I saw an LSU fan say maybe we should schedule tougher. To me, like I get it, and this just hoop shit, y'all. Like if you want to be like one of those big brands in women's basketball, these are the games you gotta play. Like we want to see some good shit. Like
it's like a tour. It's a tour.
Y'all too good. Y'all too big of a brand not to go.
And then something what Dawn has always said, why she played, yes, obviously giving back to the community, giving back to the game, helping grow the game, and taking your team around to these different areas that may not get to see a top team like that. Like, a lot of coaches don't take their teams to a South Dakota. Those people may not see those type of powerful black women.
What the hell is she laughing at?
I don't even know. Somebody in the chat said LSU Sierra Canyon.
Oh, it's big.
But seriously, like she always said, she played these teams because during the tournament, you never know what you're going to get. And that year, when we faced the likes of that, I think it was Creighton that we played, North Carolina. That was Deja's Super Bowl because she said, I think
somebody said LSU already plays in the toughest conference in the country. We're aware.
So that means they're not supposed to play nobody in the non-conference.
That's a cop out.
So does
I've always felt like outside of March Madness brackets and stuff like that, because I do think you set yourself up to be a 1 seed or a 2 seed and put yourself in the region that you want to be in, like Southern Cal, UCLA. They're going to be in Spokane. That's huge. South Carolina, Texas, UConn, they're going to be in Birmingham. That's huge. Everybody else, you are where you are. You get in where you fit. You might end up in Spokane. You might end up in Birmingham. It's a flip of the coin at this point. But outside of that, it's just growing the game, man. Like it annoyed me that we came off of this big 9 million views championship game to absolutely nothing this year. Like that annoyed the shit out of me. Like we go from college where it's like viewership's insane. You go to the pros where viewership is insane. The WNBA viewership is growing. Women's basketball is here, is lit. And then you get to college and ain't nobody playing nobody. That annoys me. That really drives me crazy because there's so many good games that could be had during the non-conference. That's just enjoyable.
And I think 5 to 6 big games in the non-conf. 2 of them involve Southern Cal. 2 or 3 involve South Carolina.
No, I felt like every other goddamn week we was playing a big game. I ain't gonna lie. I was
trying to see we on South Carolina was playing so
because USC had who? Notre Dame and UConn in the non-conf.
Yeah.
And then we had that first stretch. We had TCU, UCLA, and someone else. And I don't know who else had a big game. I don't remember what LSU did.
LSU played UConn?
No,
I think you're talking about when she was on the call, maybe.
Oh, I'm like, the hell you talking about? They lost.
And I think the more that teams play tougher opponents in the non-conference, the more they won't ding you for taking L's early either. Like if everyone's possibly taking an L because they played a tough game or so during the non-conference, it's not going to hurt because everybody's doing it.
Isn't that net shit based on how much you winning by or something like that? Or is that play into it?
Kind of. It's capped. They capped it at a certain point. So winning a game by like 25 is, I want to say, the same as winning a game by like 10 or something like that. So it's capped.
But that's how when people like Charlie said, no matter what happens, you're not moving up the number 1 seed. That's why.
Wait. LSU definitely shouldn't be playing that go through that South Carolina plays. That just doesn't work. It worked for South Carolina. They got the doors blown out their ass and they still the number 1 seed because their schedule is so good.
Right. Like, and
Lo, how you even understand what they say?
I'm a teacher.
But to Yana's point, like, obviously, like, we lost to Iowa. If we had not gone and beat UConn and did all in the I don't know where the hell we would be.
Yeah, like we got the doors blown off of us and we still in number 1 seed.
Right, like shit.
Twice.
But the point that y'all are making about scheduling too, with this NIL era and all of and I know I see people, well, Juju is all in this and Lay is in this and all of these people getting all these endorsements. Part of that is because you see them playing in big games in big moments on big ass networks, right? Like that shit matters. It matters. Like
get big ass out the shit.
Wow.
Hey Vic. Hey Vic. I'm fucking crying.
Because the typos make
log off.
Oh no, bro. By the way, did everybody see? I don't know if it's real or fake, but that number that Chavez is asking for, jeez, Louise, god damn, who is paying?
That girl staying in one of them states that got oil money. So
why did she keep putting us on the list, baby? You're not coming here.
Ain't even visit. She ain't even
wait. They be putting a number out there.
Yes.
1.5 mil. I'm like, damn, baby, you
I
need
think
to
that's the largest amount that I've heard.
Yeah, these new kids different. Ain't no way.
I don't even think that Juju took that amount.
We don't know
even if she did, she wouldn't have came out and said, "Yeah, this is the amount that I'm looking for." Like,
Juju.
Y'all think they're renegotiating every season?
Most kids just let people offer, and they'll be like, "This team is offering me this. Like, what are you offering?" Type.
I renegotiate every year.
A lot of them don't come in and be like, "This is the number."
That is wild. That's definitely wild.
LSU because they don't play nobody.
That's the point we're making. They don't play anybody. They probably wouldn't have lost to Ole Miss and Alabama had they not done that.
Y'all can't be yelling at slow people like that. Y'all sat here and explained what it was. They don't understand. Just
Chicago.
And honestly, going undefeated is just, it doesn't happen often. Like, I really do feel like a lot of people saw South Carolina do it last year and was just like, oh, this is easy, this is simple, anybody can do it. It's just, it doesn't happen that easily. So
I think
I'd rather be tested during the non-conference so that when we get to conference play, when we get to March and stuff like that, you have something to pull from that you can lean on and say, okay, remember this game where we kind of here? We need to be better here.
I think out of 40 champions or nearly 40 champions, there's only been 10 undefeated teams.
Yeah,
like Rihanna said, it's not that common. So don't think just because it was not last year that it's easy, because it isn't. Because shit, if it wasn't for that Hail Maker from it would have been no undefeated champions. So hello, Dolores. Right on time. So since Dolores is here, we're gonna give a quick recap. People got their league back. Some schedules were whack. Some coaches. That's it. That's all we talked about, really. So we talked about the South Carolina win. We talked about people in the South Carolina team playing in front of a home crowd when they really just didn't have a game plan. So suck it up and be better. Don't be bitter when you can be better. We've talked about people getting resources to possibly recruit. What else you say, Lo?
He said they lost a competitive game to Alabama. They had no goddamn business.
Oh, right.
Chicago Peter, man, I know what fan
Yeah,
you
you
are.
clapping, please. It's okay.
It's all right.
Honestly, I fuck with that. I too sometimes want to be as delusional as that for my team. Like
No, but don't be like that out loud, though.
after we
Don't
got
be
our
like that
ass
out
whooped
loud.
like that by UConn, if I could have been this type of delusion, I probably would have been okay.
So we've seen some names jump into the portal now that we're talking about strength of schedules and the coaching vacancies. As you can see here on the bottom of the ticker, we have Talia Scott and Sarah Williams, who are, it is Sarah, right? Not Sarah.
Sarah.
Sarah Williams. Those are some of the early additions to the portal. There are also some really good mid-major kids that have entered their name into the portal as well. So I think that a lot of those players will be moving up a level. We know that NIL is a game changer. We know that some programs are already bringing back people who they probably redshirted this year. Miss Headband, Charlize Walker Jekka. She's Charlize.
Huh?
She's
Ledger Walker.
UCLA.
Ledger Walker.
Ooh,
Sorry,
that kicked your ass. Say
it
it
did.
again.
I don't know what
Yeah.
you did.
I felt like, but Charlize is going back to UCLA next season, and there are other names. Obviously, we know a lot of teams are still they are still playing their conference tournaments. Those will have some transfers, and then there are some that are expected to enter the portal after their NCAA tournament seasons wrap up. So yes, who are early suitors for some of these names right away, Talia and Sarah, that you think?
Talia Ole Miss.
That's where I want to see her go to.
She'll definitely have the shots.
Sarah's gonna swing big, and since we know she wants to be a female or a woman head coach, Notre Dame, South Carolina, USC.
Yeah, I think that's. Can I ask a Talia question?
hmm
Are we concerned about the injury part of it?
Yes.
That is of concern.
Because
Yeah.
I didn't realize she only played like not even 10 games this year.
In her entire career, I think she's only played 15,
I'm gonna be
maybe.
honest. Playing at Castro Lake, South Carolina, plays it just as you're not smart. Continue.
Okay. I've had it, but that's my only thing with. It's like I feel like even if you look at tape on her, you'd have to go to last year to look at tape because there's not much from
This year. Yeah. I think at this point, Talia's a big name in name, but more so she's a big name in fit. That's why I think Ole Miss is the perfect destination because with the way that Coach Yo coaches, she won't have to play 25 plus minutes a game. But if you can get her in for 15 to 20 and have her knock down some threes or even the threat of shooting a three, minus like physicality, because I don't think her body's ready for Ole Miss defensively. But if you can get her in to score or be a threat to score, I think that's a really, really good pickup.
And I
UConn
think
was
something-
always a better team than South Carolina because they were pretty injured, and both are better than LSU. Coach O is offering everyone. Who is she offering?
I mean, but what coach ain't? Like shit. There's like literally no, I don't think there's any team that wouldn't be offering Sarah or Talia, to be honest. Like nobody to me is
At this point, I do think that it's okay if coaches at this age of the portal, you have to throw it out there and see what sticks.
That's
okay.
true.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to. There are some who are going to be strategic with where they're throwing it, but you could be trying to not recruit, and you don't know that people are probably trying to leave your team.
Right.
So you have to really put your eggs, as expensive as they are, in a lot
In
of
multiple baskets.
Mhm.
But we've also heard coaches say that they are very much telling athletes like get in while their block is still hot, because once that early portal window closes and they get the
Facts.
number of people they can get, there's no more space for you.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like a lot of the portal girls that are trying to do I want to do my recruitment all over again, wine and dine me. You got to be the best of the best.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think Sarah might be able to have an Anissa type experience. I don't think that's the type of vibe she has. But currently, she's the only one that I'm like, yeah, she's probably going to get her visits in. She's going to do a little figure it out. But, like, the Talias of the world, and I love her, so that's no shade. But, like, some of these other players, go ahead and sign early, baby, because you're gonna end up somewhere you don't want to be if you
Wasn't
don't.
it last year we've seen some people commit before those teams had already finished their
Yes,
tournaments?
yes.
So like that can very well happen this season.
And you're also gonna have people leaving before their teams have finished
That
the
is true.
tournament.
Because
Mhm.
some
I mean,
people made their tournament runs and they entered the portal. They was like, I wish them well. No, they were on the bench with them.
literally Dominique on our bench.
Dominique already did it,
Dominique is already in the portal.
Yeah.
but she knew she was because on her thing she be saying how she ran Shirley because really knew she really
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
doing that anyway.
Yeah, so I wish her the best of luck. Somebody asked us where do we think Kiyomi is up?
So
With
Assuming
Jesus.
Off social media.
I don't know.
Kiyomi
off
is a
social media.
program.
I think that she could be an asset to any team, but her and her camp, they gotta do better.
She gotta
Like
change her mindset.
I don't know if I would.
Scaring the hoes.
I
Scaring
think
the hoes. She
Syracuse.
gotta.
Ooh.
That'd be
I
cute.
just I don't want her to terrorize another black woman. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, I agree with that.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. Like for as hard a
South
time as
Dakota
black,
State.
No.
Go to
Say,
BYU.
don't terrorize
Go
it.
to
for
BYU.
as hard a
Nobody
time as
black.
black women head coaches have keeping and maintaining jobs, she no. Go somewhere where it's the old guard, somebody's established.
Send her to Moki. Maryland, no. Brenda, not no. Brenda,
Brenda's
You won't-
Brenda ain't
Brenda-
playing.
Louisville.
Brenda will have her sitting on the second row behind the bench in the friends and family section.
Brenda don't play that. Like Brenda
don't.
Stern. She
But you know what? That Chavez baby might be worse.
We was just talking
I
about
didn't know people was putting that number out. That's crazy.
I think you know what
Publicly,
it
too.
says. Kiyomi gonna be at LSU.
Low. Last time we thought
I'm gonna
The kids might get to fighting.
I'm gonna say
Again.
no. Like I know,
what motion, baby, motion do
but
something. too.
Kim, I know Kim has changed a lot, but I can't see Kim going. I can't see Kim going for that.
If she desperate enough, she will.
I can't.
But LSU got a lot of good guards coming
I
in.
can't see.
I'm about to say
Kim
with what they
doing
have coming in though, I don't know.
Okay.
They need
now,
more post players.
If I had to send her to a black coach where both of them needed each other, and the coach does give very much friends and family discount, Texas A&M.
Ooh, that could be good for both of them.
I don't
They
know
both need
if
Yeah.
like her job is on the line, but like
I don't think Kiyomi's gonna save it. They're not gonna win. The result is not. This is what
I
the
don't know
baby
what I'm
has to
saying.
realize.
The
result-
reward is not worth that risk. I'm good.
And but even if that though, she is not. It's not gonna be. They're not gonna win if you don't have anybody around her. She has to realize I am really, 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 really good, but I am not gonna take a team from 2 wins to 18. She's just not. She's not that. So she's gonna have to adjust to okay. I'm that girl, but I need to be. I'm that girl within the system and completely change her mindset. But that's not.
Motion sickness is hilarious.
For either, because if you didn't do good with Janiyah, you're not gonna do good with Kiyomi. You're not. She's not. What's gonna be the difference?
Yeah, I do think there is a level of desperation that we're about to see in this portal window because Shay tweeted it.
Yeah.
Elite bigs and honestly just elite talent is very sparse.
Yeah.
Like, and what I mean by that is that are there the Madison Bookers of the world out there? Yes, but those like players that know how to win and lead a team to win is not out there. And the bigs that know how to win and help a team win are not out there either. So I think this could probably be the most interesting portal year we've seen in a very long time, just for the simple fact that a lot of these people entering the portal aren't necessarily proven. Like, and in prior years, it's been your HVLs, your Lauren Betts, your like these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15
Ain't
top
no
20
program
players.
movers type
Yeah,
shit.
like
It's
it's
just
not like when bets hit the port, it was like whoever gets bets, you've entered the chat.
right.
Um, like we've seen that happen. Whoever got Anissa, you've entered the chat. Like whoever got Angel, you've entered the chat at the time. Um, so I don't see that right now,
All
and I
right.
don't even know. I don't even know players that I even consider transferable that are that.
Yeah.
because a lot of the winners are
Are
out of
either on the way out or
are
super
out of
young and
eligibility.
important. Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
gonna stay put.
Yeah, I mean, the only move that would like make me pull my hair out is like if Hannah was like, "I'm done."
Where was she even go?
Nah, you want to talk about what they need to do? Somebody need to get a leash, put it on the wrist, not the neck. That's crazy. On the wrist.
oh,
What's them?
Get her over
What's
here.
them little leashes the white people put on their kids when they out in public? The little harness.
Yeah, we don't. I don't want to
Little
do that. That sounds a
backpacks.
little too much. Just on the wrist, just a slight nudge.
not around the neck or the
But
waist.
yeah, we don't do those things. But
I
something.
I've seen some rumors saying that they're because a lot of people like to just put out clickbait type posts. Some of these pages that are often loud and wrong, but stating that there are going to be some at a lot of tournament teams that are going to shock people of transfers and some big names. We don't know. I've heard rumors, but we don't know. Um, but like you said, this could be a year where coaches, from some because they need to win because of the pressure from their ads and or boosters, get really desperate and throw some things out there to really try to make their rosters for next year going into the last year of their contract. Because on the men's side, we see a lot of them are like, okay, y'all got to win this year. We knew coming into this year that this was going to be Robin's year last year, or she was out. They had already made that announcement next year.
Why you
So
keep talking about Bishop Sycamore?
not
BSI.
Wasatch Academy. But like there are a lot of coaches who are going into their last year of their contracts next year that need to win. So I won't be surprised that we see just a clusterfuck of transfer announcements.
I'm
Yeah.
interested
What
to see
coaches
how it
y'all?
goes.
It's
It's
early,
gonna
but
be
what coaches y'all think need to win?
need to win.
Well,
That
coming
are already. I don't know if I can answer that question, but if Scott Rurik could end up in the Big 10 or Big 12, that would make me really happy.
I think that
I
Scott,
like them.
they gonna give Scott. First of all, I didn't know he was so tiny. That man's shorter than Mustin and Dawn. He is little. He's fun size. But I won't be surprised if they hold on to that job for him. That WNBA Portland job.
But he likes, or isn't there like he has
He
like some
loves
tie
Oregon
to
State.
Oregon State, like
He loves it.
graduated from there maybe or something. I can't remember.
I would dip
But
though. Like I don't want to be in that conference. The hell.
I mean,
he's such a great coach,
they're
man.
going back
Like,
to the Pac-12 after next year. I mean, granted, it's not the same Pac-12.
But the teams will be, yeah, some teams will
It'll be
be
a
better.
little better.
So why did?
I think
That's another day.
the Arizona schools might be returning.
Oh yeah, a lot of them. Colorado wanted to leave. Colorado
Yeah.
wanted to go back to the Pac-12.
Said
Uh,
ADR to Southern Cal?
who ADR? No, ADR could go to
I
A&M.
think they mean Oregon State, maybe.
ADR can go to A&M, help Joni out.
She loves. I
ADR
mean,
need to-
shit. Ruick be doing some nice things with his bigs for real. So if she did go to Oregon State, he might be able to make something work. Like he always got tall, big.
I'm trying to be
I mean,
nice.
I think it says a lot about a coach. Like as much as we're critical of coaches, we need more Scott Rooks in the college game. Like that man can take shit and turn it into gold.
He got that girl from
Facts.
Baylor. I didn't even know she was at Baylor.
Me
Um,
either.
and she was tournament MVP. That girl was hooping yesterday. Well, yeah.
Oregon
yesterday.
State looked really, really good during their stretch in the tournament.
And
They
just
had their
imagine,
moments, but I was just like,
imagine had 3 of them stayed.
Right.
Jaden,
Yeah.
TVO, and Beers.
Gardner.
Or Gardner, that's 4. But imagine had 3 of those 4 stayed. And I think more people left.
There was a Hunter,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, and then the
Hunter.
girl that went to Iowa State.
Yeah.
So I think next year, And like Dolores said, coaches that haven't been fired yet, and we're not saying that they should be fired this year, but their jobs will be on the hot seat. Georgia probably would be that would be year 4 for her, I think. So it could be I could see Georgia.
4 years already.
Honestly, I could see UCF depending on what Satia does there.
Their standards shouldn't even be that high, but okay.
Right, but when they move to a bigger conference now, and now there's an expectation. Who else? Those are the only SCs. I mean, only Southern jobs. I could Florida, depending on what happens at Florida, that could be a tough one. Pitt, Lord, who knows about Pitt?
But I get this like win now wave. But if everybody's winning now, who's losing?
Yeah, only one team wins the championship every year, y'all.
Okay.
That's true. I think you need gradual progress.
Yes, but
I think you gotta give folks 5 seasons.
I
Agreed.
agree that everybody should have a minimum of 4.
yeah,
And 5 if you're lucky, because you want to get a chance to. Because most people have already committed 2 years prior.
you need at least 2 years into recruiting to even
Yeah.
be able to consider you got to stand. Now, like your Kentuckies, your LSU's of the world, that is rare, and it only comes from coaches who are established winners.
Yep.
But if I'm trying to go from mid-major to P5 and win, I need time. Now, caveat being, at a program like Tennessee, time doesn't exist. But for other programs like your Auburns, your Missouris, your whomever else is of the world, saying get some shit done in 2 years, 3 years is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And most of these programs aren't pouring money into their women's athletic department. Like I saw a stat recently that at South Carolina, the women's team is one of our most expensive teams, and the athletic department eats it, which is allowing us to continue to win. And no, they're not always the most revenue generating, but you've got to pour into it so that the revenue can be generated. But y'all just trying to hire a winning coach with no winning money.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I think because I see people should Aaliyah Gales transfer. She continues to have surge. Like every time I see her, she's got like a boot or something on. I think she's been through something extremely traumatic, and if she wants to stay, she's free to stay. If she wants to go, I just think she's been through a lot. Like getting shot.
Yeah.
There's just unprecedented. And
Yeah.
I think we talk about Gottlieb all the time. I think to Dolores' point, she's in one of those extenuating circumstances where it's like Juju expedited the expectation
Yes.
so quickly that it's just like unprecedented what you're asking her to do. This is like what her third, fourth year. And it's like because she has a superstar, people are now like lumping all these. Y'all got expectations for her that y'all don't have for these other top tier programs. And it's like, damn, bro. Like, so I think it's just a tough situation. Now, if Juju is unhappy, that makes it different. But
She recruits well. I mean,
Damn, y'all hear how we talk
At
about
least
the
with
player
two
like
guards,
she a
though.
franchise?
But you see what I'm saying? That type of pull, that type of like
yeah.
it's just in a different. They're on a different timeline than normal people would be on.
Mm-hmm. I do think. Let me see. Who like Vandy? They gave Shay time. Now, granted, it wasn't much there with Vandy, but they gave her time, and now she's able.
That's
to
a hard school to
open.
even because they got to get the grades together.
Fucking eating.
Yeah, her and Vandy, they are. I love it.
And them folks play in a funeral home too.
Like I said, I mean, I know many people think that she's going to be the one to take the UConn job, but to be honest, I feel like I get it. You're going to always forever be in Gino's shadow. You have the chance to turn Vandy into something that's yours.
And they're moving in the right direction.
But she's an example of giving somebody time and seeing success.
Yeah.
Like because do I expect Vanderbilt to be the number 1 team in the country? No.
Nope.
But being really competitive, competing for a 6-4 seed in the SEC, the best conference in the country, is a really good accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
And having Michaela Blakes be your
and people are going to want to play with her.
Yeah, and I mean, Michaela Blakes was a good recruit. She was a top 10 recruit, but you didn't expect the number 9 player I think in her class, to be that good right now. So like to me, that's the type of like growth you look for. And again, it took her getting a top recruit to see this type of success. And she's done a really good job developing Pierre. Like I thought what we've seen from Camille is just an example of good coaching. Like so I mean, and even I know a lot of y'all would love to rag on Coach Yo. Coach Yo is an example of when you give somebody time, they get to make some shit straight. She won. They scored 2 points at halftime, correct? Against South Carolina at one point or like 10.
Yeah, it was like 2 points.
I mean, it was crazy. And then 2-3 years later, you got a win against Stanford in the tournament. You got multiple ranked wins this year, and you're looking to potentially make a deep run in the tournament. Like,
and might be hosting for the first time.
And might be hosting. Like that again, give people time.
So did y'all know that girls still go to school?
Oh, you gotta be specific in this age.
Okay.
Coy Love still go to school?
Oh yeah, that's I didn't know when I sent that to the group the other night. I had no idea. She's at UTA.
Shut up.
Yeah, and she got
somebody else in school. Ain't Oh, that's who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about Vandy. That made me go back.
Yeah.
Nah, I would have been shocked if
she done been in 4 schools, right?
Yeah, this is her 4th one. Yeah.
She went to Southern Cal for a little bit. Am I tripping, right?
Yeah, she went there for
Arizona. And Arizona, yep.
Yeah.
Was she on the Southern Cal team with Destiny when they went to the tournament that year?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You look like a different person. That's what she always look like.
So,
she didn't always have that blonde.
She wear makeup and stuff now. I feel like
I used to put Autumn's face on Coy's body a lot. Autumn Newton.
Oh no, man.
Autumn was at Vandy too, right? And then went to LSU, or was the Autumn at
LSU?
Yeah.
Coy should stage your ass at Vandy, bro.
Oh, it's a Lavender. Lavender graduated. Well, yeah. So no, Lavender Briggs.
Oh, never mind.
No. Well, yeah, those are just a few of the names. A few of the open jobs. Are there any comments? Are there any comments that you all have? This is a little different spaces, so we can't bring anyone up on the stage. But if you have any questions that you would like for us to answer before we wrap it up tonight, don't have a lot of WNBA news. DT is retired. Old Yeller's gone home. So congratulations to her.
One more is the Wicked.
That's I don't see any questions yet unless y'all not typing fast enough.
No, Lavender got a job. She got a real job.
Will Joni be fired, child? That's a question for the AD.
I feel like if they don't fire her now, then they don't need to fire her.
Let her stay. Because the portal about to open up.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them till April 1st.
Well, I like this.
You still got to get ahead of it. Should Jada Williams transfer only if Adia leaves, in my opinion.
And would she follow Adia?
No, I think if Adia leaves, she should go to greener pastures.
Okay. I do think that
Cinderella team.
There are some people that even if they lost their job, they are so connected that they're going to get another job.
I don't know if this year's a Cinderella year because I don't think there are any what's the ugly stepmothers. I think everybody's
fighting.
Yeah.
I do have sleepers though, and Michigan is a sleeper for me.
Yeah, Michigan and Iowa are mine.
Ooh.
Yes, money. I agree that she should stay.
And yeah, Michigan's a sleeper for me.
Michigan just so young. That would be my only question mark.
My sleepers.
I think Raven.
I feel like if Iowa State wake up, but that's not.
I'm not mad at that. I think Kansas State is a sleeper for me, and West Virginia.
So, do you think has Iowa State done enough? Are they protected?
Yeah, they're in.
Yeah, they're in.
They're gonna be a 10. They're gonna be a 10.
Okay. That's that matchup. Okay, so that's that matchup where, depending on where they fall, remember I said because if LSU is a 3, they normally play around those. The second round they will play those 8 or
They play the 9 or something
They're
like
current LSU is currently projected to play Norfolk State.
right. But I'm
They're gonna
saying that's
lose, bro.
I feel like that's a matchup that could probably catch LSU in Iowa State.
It's gonna be like that what you call it game that they played a few years ago versus Jackson State, I think.
Oh, you
Yeah,
just
It's gonna be
asked
like
who
that.
the Jackson State was winning, and until Kim did all that
Yeah, and they
talking,
fucked them at the end.
Jackson State was so close to winning that game. Yes, I remember.
I'm just saying I think she'll stay. Because
They
why
almost got beat by Mississippi, not Mississippi State, Tennessee, the one that's up the street in Nashville.
not? I disagree. I don't think Raven needs to go now. I
No,
disagree.
I think I
no.
don't have
Where's she
a
going?
Raven needs to stay.
I don't have a yes or no. I think if Raven stays, it's because she consciously wants to work on improving her game,
And
which
which
I
I
think
think
she
she would do.
should.
Yeah.
However, if she leaves, I also understand that there has now become a tradition at South Carolina of once you feel like you've accomplished your accomplishment, let the new guard come in. I don't
Nah, man.
I don't sway either way, but I think we don't. I mean, Maddie's our only returning point guard,
But
so
I think
You're gonna need more than one.
exactly.
I think she has stuff that she
As
can
a
work.
Yeah, she's
business
got stuff to work
decision,
on.
she should stay. As a
Yeah.
business decision, she
Yeah.
should stay.
And
I-
next year it's more teams.
Mhm.
Everybody's cycling again. Yeah, wait.
And I think next year will be, if we're being honest, next year will be to me the second.
Remember the narrative that LSU don't play anybody, so why would they break a game for LSU? What the fuck are you
Cheetah,
talking-
I'm tired of you, bro. Like, block them. I'm tired.
What do
I
you
don't
mean
want
break
to
a
hear the bullshit.
game? What does that even mean?
Raven needs to stay if she wants to show scouts what she can do
Right.
offensively. I think she needs to grow her game a little bit more.
I don't even. What do you mean break? Why would they?
Not
break
winning.
a game?
AZ can bounce
No.
if she wants to. I think AZ will probably
She
leave
a
if we're
shooter.
being honest. But for the same reason I thought Paige should stay last year, I kind of do think AZ needs to show that she can be healthy for a full year.
I guess my only thing with AZ is what beholds her to the program if Paige is gone. You know, like to me, she seemed like the least UConn obsessed of some of their recent players.
I can see that.
And no, I'm not a UConn stan. I don't follow her on social media. I don't know her life. This is all just Dolores's perception. For those of you that do follow her life and are obsessed and you know something different, that's between you and her. But for Dolores doesn't believe that there is anything more holding her there.
And I think she'll be fine. She's a shooter. Knock down, dragging it like you
quick release.
I mean, Stephanie Watts went in the lottery.
Yeah, that girl can shoot the lights.
Don't stop. You gotta stop bringing that up. It's stressing me out.
I don't see a reason why AZ, like, I mean, stay or go, it don't matter. I think either would be a good choice for her. I think there's a place for her in the W. Let's play for
As
her.
long as she don't
I
get
don't think
drafted
she
within
looks
the first
uninterested
team.
in saying that Paige is gone. I think she just looks uninterested because that's how she looks. She looks just very like.
Only time AZ was looking interested was never mind.
I don't really know where that's going. God bless everybody.
You say what?
When the brackets come out, that'll tell us a lot about where people are going to end up going. It's hard to answer some of these questions when we don't know who has to go through who.
Our little bracket moment last year was kind of cute. I can't lie. I forgot that we did it.
What did we do?
Shay.
Oh, we was out here talking shit.
Yeah, Shay.
Well, that's normal. That's not new.
Shay posted each of the quadrants of the bracket, and we did
we
a
went
little.
through each.
Yeah, we went through each quadrant.
Dolores, Brandon had a drag today that I ain't never heard him drag. Like,
who did you read?
Why you gonna bring it up again?
Dolores, this would be something that you said. I have never heard Brandon say anything like this.
Now, Brandon.
Ever. Dolores.
I think
The who's gonna win it? Okay,
We
go
were
ahead.
talking about academic institutions.
Yeah,
And
the domes.
we were specifying that there are some that they're Ivy Leagues, and then there are some who are considered like Ivy caliber
Juniors.
Adjacent.
in just in more athletically challenging conferences.
Mm-hmm.
And someone mentioned that the ACC were like academic
conference.
and we talked about Syracuse. And all I said was that, well, we all earned a Syracuse degree.
He said we all got a degree from Syracuse.
He would be correct.
See, good night.
Malanga
I
will
mean,
probably
if
play
you
this
would like
year.
to say, I mean, I feel like our
If he ever
name, the
asks.
committee sports group, should be written on
Um,
the paper.
so
Y'all know what the thing was saying?
Brenda, I'm
Malanga
so
will
proud of
probably
you.
play this year. She doesn't need to come to college. There's no need for her to come to college. She's
Yeah, what is
playing
she gonna do?
overseas versus pros, so
I
she's
can.
fine.
We
oh, that
can't
was gonna be like Ezzy that year. Y'all remember Ezzy
We
was supposed
can't
to go to Utah?
Americanize people we don't know, y'all.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Get
And
a-
she's been in the States working out at Washington Mystics like place, right?
There it is.
yes.
They got 1, 7, 3, 5, and 12. There it is.
So she'll be entering the W. She'll be picked in the first round, probably by Washington, and she'll have her ebb and flows because she's young, but she's been playing against pros for a little minute now.
Can I
So
ask something? I meant to ask this in the chat, but I want to ask it publicly. If Ice Brady leaves,
oh, okay.
would she be a sought after transfer? No. Now, I don't mean based off what she's doing at UConn.
Based off name, yeah.
No, I don't even mean
I don't
that.
even think her
Well,
name is
ability.
that.
I'm saying, do
Wait.
you think that there's enough potential there
Potential,
to
that's
be
right.
a solid big
I think
for
so.
some other program?
She's gonna get the same
She is not
the
a
same
Mari.
cause that what's her face got, the one who got the double doubles when she left.
Sarah Sailor,
Oh,
Yeah.
Pottenbarger.
She gonna get the same type of calls. Like they probably
I
gonna be like,
think
well, you know.
if she ends up with the right coach who puts her in the positions where she needs to be, and that's no shade to Gino, but I do think that she spends more time on the perimeter than in the paint. She has a nice body for banging in the paint, and before she started settling for a bunch of jump shots, she did have a couple of post moves here and there that I thought showed flashes of what she can do. So if she's with the right team that kind of focuses on that and nurtures that part of her game, then I think she could be solid. She could really be a solid player in college.
I don't want to see anybody at Iowa. Thank you
And
very
so
much.
I'm Dolores is just gonna throw that out there. But if Amar's in the, I mean, if Ice is in the portal, and we don't get Sister Williams, I
Oh,
like
that's
cold.
you
I
looking
like
at?
cold. I like cold in Columbia.
I think I can go see it.
Y'all can't have
And the thing
I
is,
said if we don't get Sister Williams.
Does Gino stick it out with Sarah? Absolutely. Gino loves Sarah.
Oh
I
baby,
think he needed another player like
yeah,
her to
he
make
needed
him
his
want to
next
stay.
page. That man, I loved. He finally got somebody he can bully again, like with love.
He needed somebody with Paige leaving that can give him that
Yeah,
and wanted to stick around. And I think Sarah.
yeah.
man. Tino about to retire. He ain't thinking about that right now, man.
oh,
After
Okai,
her,
yeah, Okai, I like her.
I honestly think
Oh,
that
we can't make that baby transfer. She don't want to.
I honestly think that had Paige not come back, he was out the door.
She
With
should go.
Chloe's
I'm not
sister,
even a fan, but she should go.
I've never seen Chloe's sister play basketball, so no.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Right. Because at least with Chloe, we had already seen the highlights.
I think
Like,
she's more of a perimeter player though. I think Sakima should go ahead and go.
yeah.
Where 9 to 5?
I think with Sakima, it was
Oh, she can go overseas. She can go overseas.
it wasn't abilities.
She
Well,
said overseas people were calling her last year.
She can go overseas.
yeah, I think with her
I believe
also,
it.
she just it was like health things too that didn't that materialized why she wasn't able to contribute as much.
Agree.
Because baby walked like she hurting. Baby walks like she hurts.
Yeah.
And so I think that those are the things that really just showed up. And I mean, hey, she's still a good presence in the locker room. From what
No dead ass. I think she helps a lot in the locker room. I think
she's the adult in the
important.
room. She is the
Be
adult in the
important
room.
in your role.
Y'all, before the game, Lay and Tessa were finishing up their 3-point shots. And Sakima stayed out there with them and walked them back to the locker room like them.
Yeah. All jokes aside, she does.
That's so cute.
She does help them a lot in the locker room.
So I mean, I think with in the daycare, she was probably the student teacher. so yeah. But we appreciate you all for tuning in this week. Make sure you tap in with us over the next week or so. We may have some fun things going on for the selection shows. And yeah. Go
See y'all next year.
Not next year. Come on,
Y'all
Tay.
next year.
Tay.
According to B, we'll see y'all Sunday, maybe, child. Who knows?
We'll see.
I kind of want to see y'all Sunday.
Maybe me and Shea pop back up on playback again.
I know.
Who playing on Sunday?
No, it's the
It's
selection
the
show.
reveal. The
It
selection
used to be
show.
Bella.